last week, Governor Charlie Baker announcing new regulations and guidelines for youth sports under Phase 3, Step 1 of the reopening plan, which is now underway. Now, local sports teams have to make the tough decision. Do they go forward with their seasons or not? Western Mass News reporter Jordan Jagalinzer is digging deeper into the future of youth sports here in the Pioneer Valley.
Organizations, businesses, schools, and government entities that operate outdoor and indoor sports like athletic fields, courts, and other playing facilities can open under Phase 3, Step 1 of the state's reopening plan with new limitations.
Now we've come back in a limited fashion.
Stephen Schiffman, president of Longmeadow Little League, tells Western Mass News their players are already getting back into the swing of things.
We made the decision when we came back in a limited form just to start with 8-year-olds and up. We didn't feel that younger kids than that could handle the social distancing.
Playing their first game on July 6th when the governor gave the green light for the state to enter Step 1 of Phase 3.
Right now there's no one in the dugouts. When kids are not on the field batting, they're sitting in the bleachers 6 feet apart in the bleachers and wearing masks.
Schiffman says they're using a combination of Little League International and state guidelines. In Governor Baker's latest guidance, baseball is listed as a moderate risk sport and can participate in levels 1, 2, and 3 of play, which include practicing with group games, contact drills and scrimmages, and even having competitions with inter-team games, meets, and matches.
Every child has to have his own bat, his own glove, his own helmet.
Visitors are encouraged to wear masks, stay 6 feet apart, and will have to sign in for contact tracing. There will be no concessions, garbage, or bathroom use.
Us, and in conjunction with the town and the state and Little League, are just trying to cut down on, any possible places that transmission could take place.
He says they'll play until school starts, which is when football kicks off, a sport listed as high risk under Governor Baker's standards. The Suburban Amateur Football League now canceling their 2020 fall season.
We talked for over an hour, different scenarios, and we came up with the final decision that it was best in the interest of everybody, players, officials, volunteers, coaches, to cancel the 2020 season.
David DiMatteo is on the board of directors for the league and is president of Agawam Youth Football. He tells us after reviewing the governor's guidance, they made their decision.
We don't feel that football is going to leave that high-risk category for a while.
He says the league's 22 teams knew it'd be difficult for youth football to adhere to the complex new rules. Right now, under the state's guidelines, football teams can only interact in Level 1 play, which includes individual or socially distanced group activities, doing individual drills with no contact workouts or conditioning.
As far as ourselves at Agawam, we would like to, if possible, if the state lets us and local officials, to have a flag football season just in the town of Agawam, so players aren't traveling from town to town.
He's hopeful some towns will still be able to get their players back on the field in some way, shape, or form, but their list of challenges is long.
Field availability is a problem. Nobody's allowed onto high school fields right now, and a lot of these youth organizations use the high school fields.
Fall guidelines are still being developed by the state's Executive Office of Energy and Environmental Affairs and the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education. DiMatteo says guidance for high school sports is expected to come out in the coming days. Reporting for Western Mass News, I'm Jordan Jagalinzer.